This is Jamie Drummond with Good Food Revolution. I'm here with Adolfo Folonari from Tuscany, Italy. How are you today, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
You are an international ambassador for the wines of Tuscany. How do you feel the wines of Tuscany are sitting today on the world stage? Are they as fashionable as they once were? Are they being enjoyed in different parts of the globe than they were previously? Tell me a little bit about that.
I think the Italian wines are very successful around the world because they are representing a combination of quality, lifestyle, and an expression of an elegant way to live. So, of course, the Italian cuisine has been a great vehicle to introduce also the Italian wines, and Tuscany definitely is one of the most successful and lucky area for producing high quality wines.
What changes have you seen in your time with Ruffino, as in changes in the Tuscan wine industry?
Ruffino has been producing the wines since a very long time. The winery was founded in 1877, so has a great experience and also kind of a tradition in making high quality wines. Basically, the production is based on the Chianti, but it's also producing other wines like white wines and the so-called super Tuscans.
What kind of whites do you make at Ruffino?
We made some experimentations in trying to produce fine white wines in Tuscany, even if Tuscany it's probably better known to produce high quality red wines, but in some specific areas in our vineyards we achieve very interesting results in producing Chardonnay. We have a Chardonnay barrel fermented and we have a Chardonnay stainless steel fermented, so two different styles, but both are very, very interesting and they convince us to produce those wines.
What percentage of your production is white wines?
Yeah, it represents about 10%. So
about
it's
10%.
a small percentage compared to the Chianti and Chianti Classico and Chianti Classico Reserva production.
So you must feel okay about the kind of importation of international varietals into Tuscany then?
I think Tuscany has shown a great opportunity and also capability to produce high quality wines with not native varietals. Sangiovese definitely is the king of Tuscany, and also as a Ruffino we feel a great responsibility to continue to produce wines with this grape varietal, which is the traditional one, but also we realize that the soil, the microclimate and the altitude, it's ideal also for producing grape varietals like Merlot and Cabernet with excellent results. And so some of the so-called super Tuscans are produced with those grape varietals.
So you would say that Ruffino as a house were a house that had great traditions but had embraced modern winemaking in Tuscany? Correct.
Ruffino probably is very much associated with Chianti and Chianti Classico. Our Reserva Ducale, I think, is known around the world to be probably one of the reference of the Chianti Classico Reserva, and definitely the Sangiovese is the protagonist in the production of this wine. But also other wines where we can express our skillness, our experience, not breaking the tradition like the Chianti Classico, who has a very long history and let's say a specific style to be produced, with other wines like the Super Tuscans, blending sometimes Sangiovese with other grape varietals, or just other grape varietals like Merlot and Cabernet. We could show that Tuscany it's very, very, how do you say, high standard region for making very interesting wines in a different style compared to the classics.
How has the global economic crisis affected the Tuscan wine business?
Definitely, we went through a difficult period of time for all the categories and for all the different kind of industry. So the global crisis has been hitting also the wine consumption. I would say that Ruffino has always paid attention about the quality of the wines, but also the prices. And so we always try to maintain our wines in a price range that could be affordable, or at least having a good ratio of price and quality. We produce different level of categories of wines. So our wines range from $8-9 to $50-60. So quality, of course, is in every glass, but of course there is a difference in price where people can find their best selection based on the occasion, the season, and of course the price. So this helped us to maintain our let's say turnover in a good position. I would say that in this time specifically the very expensive wines are all suffering a little bit, but on the other hand I think that there are still many people that are willing to pay a high price for an excellent bottle of wine.
Well, Adolfo, thank you very much for joining us today at Good Food Revolution. We look forward to tasting your wines this afternoon.
My pleasure. Thank you.